Hey guys, welcome to my game that I made on Gamestar Mechanic. I am doing this for my 7th grade life science class. We are reviewing for our digestion, nutrition, and excretion test. So I figured this game could be a nice non-high pressured situation to introduce this game. So the way I have this leveled out is that I made 3 different levels, and each level has the gaming component with instructions of whether or not how many coins, enemies, time limits to complete in each level with the instructions in our description. So let's check that out. We go to our digestion review game. I'm in my settings. This level 1 says welcome to the stomach level. Collect the coins and answer the questions before we reach the finish. So just to test out this game, if I was to play, I have my avatar here walking around on the map. Students would be aware from the directions to collect the coins and answer the questions. They see that there is no time limit here so that they can go at their own pace. And you see here that I died. So that's an example of just showing the kids that, hey, that's how you die, and that you just replay it and try to come up with other strategies to work around it. So here now I see, okay, we have a weapon. So maybe that could help us get away from some enemies. So I see here that I can kill an enemy, which I failed to do here. Sorry, I'm a little laggy. Let me walk to the other side and we'll show you on a quicker, easier route. So as I walk down my map here, I go to one of my first questions. And as you see here, it says, name one type of chemical digestion occurring in the stomach. Students would be instructed beforehand that on a separate sheet of paper, they'll be answering all questions located throughout the levels. And as each student finishes each level, there is a side activity that they will be completing. They have a worksheet, which let me pull up here, of digestion system activity page, which shows 15 questions, 9 of them involving coloring, but in the 6 of them involving answering these fill in the blanks, all involving the vocab that they are aware of. And you just see here, the second image is what their completed image would look like. So after each level, students would be assigned to answer 5 questions. So it would be 5, 5, and 5 to fill up the 3 levels. And that will kind of split up the questioning that they would answer in the game as well as on their review sheet. So let me just show us to our second level so we can see how that differs. So let's change it up here to level 2, which is if we go to our settings to see our info, we see the message, welcome to the small intestine level. Collect coins, avoid enemies, and answer questions to finish. Students will notice up here that we have a health bar and a time limit including on this one, and they can see the quantity of coins to collect and enemies to kill throughout this level. Once again, they are instructed to answer the questions throughout the level. As I maneuver around here, they notice that this level gets a little bit harder with now these weapons of lasers are included in these enemies. Sorry, I'm getting a little distracted into my own game mode itself. And just an example of how I am killing the enemies here with my sword right there. Now I'm going to go to one of my questions as my avatar navigates around and avoiding lasers. I make it to this first box right here. And this box says, what is the main function and role of the small intestine? Students would then again answer this question on their side sheet of paper, saying how this organ completes the most chemical digestion, and maybe even go into detail about the villi included in this organ. Once again, I decided to make this activity low pressure so students felt comfortable meeting the requirements of the game, as well as answering questions that will be related on the test later on this week. So once again, we can see maneuvering through this level. I'm just going to edit one more time and go to our third level here. Our alimentary canal level, once again, relating to questions about the alimentary canal. Each level's questions between this level questions and the worksheet questions are all related to the title of each level, so at least they see the same category and theme of questions. And we see in our third level of game here, our avatar, same guy, has to run around, collect coins, avoid enemies, and do this all under a time limit. Now, the only difference in the gaming aspect is that we see there are different keys and locks throughout this level. We need a sword to be able to kill these enemies. However, the sword is only located behind the keys. So after playing around with the levels a little bit and maneuvering, the student will figure that they have to retrieve this red key first prior to completing the level. Well, prior to getting the blue key to get the weapon, then kill the enemies, and that will complete the level. Once again, just showing a demonstration of one of the three questions in this level that students would be answering on their side sheet. Which organ filters out toxins and old red blood cells from the body? That answer would be the liver, which is something that the students do know and will be asked on the test. Once again, after they complete this level, they will complete the last third of our review sheet and complete all three activities between the game, the questionnaire of the review sheet, and the image coloring and labeling. Students will take the whole period to complete this game. I intended for this to last about the 40 minutes. If it does not last the whole period, students will be instructed to complete their worksheet, the supplemental worksheet, as a form of studying to help them review for their test. Thank you for watching my video. I appreciate any feedback on what I can do to make this game more educational or more related to our content. However, I think that doing this as a review game was a nice introductory to this kind of software for the children. And in the future, after already exploring this a little bit, I will have the students create their own levels once they reach a certain level of comfortability. Thank you guys. Have a good night.